When somebody comes to you, you make a blueprint for them to follow.
I download like a blueprint, yeah.
Okay, what does that mean?
Have you seen the movie Lucy, Scarlett Johansson, where she reaches a point where she can use and increase her brain capacity to like 99% and at 100%?
Oh, it's called Lucy? There's
It's called-
another one also.
Okay.
Wherein they have a medicine and then that opens their mind.
Yeah, this is also similar where they
Similar.
inject something.
Yes.
So there's one scene, and when I saw that scene, I was like, okay, that is me doing what I do. There's a scene where it's towards the end where she's sitting in the car and she's stuck in traffic or she's going somewhere and she could see people around her and she could just see these strands of, you know how you have these negative films?
Okay.
Just connecting from people's crown going all the way up into the sky. So it's a very, very... that scene is in that movie for not more than 5 to 6 seconds. But when I saw that scene, that's what I do. I tap into people's energy.
Okay.
And I can zoom in and zoom out. So even if someone is sitting with me in 2025, they're like, the minute they mention, 2009, and I'm like, yeah, this happened in 2009. And they've not even like mentioned it. So I can zoom in and zoom out on the karmic. Now, how I download it is by me just closing my eyes and I start talking.
Okay.
So every conversation, every session I do, be it on Zoom or be it in person, is always recorded because I will say things and I will forget.
Right.
So if you ask me what I said 3 minutes ago, I will not remember.
Because your brain is processing so much of what is happening right now.
Yeah.
Okay. How does one come to know what is their karmic lesson?
So in a layman's language, whatever situation that you're going through and whatever triggers you, the opposite of that is where your karmic lesson lies.
Example.
Okay. Say you come back to me saying, Tamanna, I'm having a very difficult boss who's always bullying me, who's always disrespecting me, and you find it difficult to assert yourself and stand up for yourself. Now, if that bullying or the aggressive behavior or the belittling is triggering you, which means your lesson is the opposite of that, which is standing up for yourself or being assertive. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
If your lesson is, say, tolerance, you will attract people who are always going to get onto your nerve. If your lesson is, being misunderstood, what is the lesson? What's the opposite of being misunderstood is being understood. How will you be understood? By being emotionally communicative. Now, some people find it very difficult to emotionally communicate themselves. Some people find it very difficult to, trust people. This is a very common that people have, that they go through repeated patterns of betrayal, which means the lesson there is to trust yourself. Because if you trust yourself, nobody in this world can betray you. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So in a layman's language, what triggers you is where your karmic lessons lie.
Okay. Because I was going to ask you next that, you're talking about repeated patterns, and I do believe in it, that when something's happening to your life, the same exact thing is happening to you again and again, it means that life is trying to teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
But what happens is people don't know what is the lesson it's trying to teach, which is why they don't know how to solve that problem.
Yeah. So you have to see what triggers you and how you can balance it with the opposite energy.
That's a good one. But in terms of the ups and downs, isn't that a regular thing that keeps happening?
It is. But also what happens is, say you come to me as a client and I do a detailed prediction that 2 months, this is a good period. Invest your energies here. 1 month, this is going to be slow. Go easy.
Okay.
Wouldn't your life be a lot easier?
So, for example, if you told me right now focus on, say, relationship, then after 2 months, do more of work. That's what you would tell.
So imagine there are 7 or 8 stock market.
Yes.
Imagine someone told you that, Alina, invest in the Tata, it will go up. Don't invest in a Ambani or Reliance, it will go down. How much money are you going to make? Please tell me. Similarly, if someone told you that, okay, your social cycle is low, don't go out that much. Your career cycle is good. Invest your energies there.
Okay.
How much energy are you going to conserve in life? And energy is equivalent to soul frequency. So what money is for human beings, energy is for soul. Because we all keep talking about, oh, we are depleted, we are drained out, we are stressed, we are anxious, we are fearful. That's all energy. And people, what we talk about, depression and anxiety and overburnt, that is all running on low energy. So imagine if people learned how to handle their energy, where would life be for them?
Okay.
Today, making money is very easy. What is difficult is handling money and sustaining money. And that what makes people different. The difference between a normal person and a wealthy person is the wealthy person knows how to handle money, conserve that money,
And grow the
and grow the money. Normal people make money, but they don't sustain the money, right?
Isn't it a mindset thing?
It's also an art. It's not a mindset. It has to come to be naturally. Some people don't even know the meaning of sustaining money and growing money. They're just living in survival mode कि पैसे बनाने हैं और खर्चा करना है. Again, you can decipher the quality of life, right? You look at their quality of life and you look at the quality of life that the other people or the wealthier are. Similarly, on the spiritual level, energy is everything. What is every social media is talking about? Be energy rich. What does that mean? Is learning how to handle your own energies. Why do we go for therapy? Because it teaches how you can regulate your own emotions. What is regulating your own emotions is handling your own emotions rather than throwing it on other people.
Right.
So by the end of it, it all boils down to energy. When you die, hell and heaven, what we talk about is how much energy you're carrying back. How much good energy you're carrying back, how much low vibration you're carrying back. Does that make sense?
Yes. If you can predict what is going to happen and you can at some level be able to change it with your predictions, won't you have the power to be able to do anything for another person? Say, for example, you said, Alina, you're going to make a lot of money, concentrate in this period of time. And with your help, I could become a multimillionaire tomorrow.
You can, provided you take my guidance to the T.
Have you ever done that for someone?
I have. I remember just before COVID hit. COVID hit in March 2020. December 30th, I done a live interview with ET now. And in that, I made the financial prediction psychically for the year 2020. And during that period, I did talk about the markets crashing. And at that point, people thought that I was crazy because I told them that after Feb 22nd, 2020, the market will crash. And it will only pick up after July 2020. And people were literally like commenting like, this girl doesn't know what she's doing. And now, during that period, people who took my advice seriously, I've got few clients from there and they get in touch with me and they're like, we only want stock market prediction.
Okay.
And they ask me questions based on that. See, my reading is not based on people's story or what they want. My reading is based on their questions.
Okay.
How precise you are is how precise my answer will be.
Okay.
If your question is to the T, my answer will be to the T. If your question is very generic, my answer will be very generic.
Understood. So going back to what you were saying, that it has to be what they ask you.
And but also following the guidance. Alina, I want to take this moment to really break through these myths that people have.
Yes, please.
Just because people go to an astrologer or a psychic or a doctor does not mean the cure is going to happen or the predictions will come true. When people come to me, before I come to predictions, I talk about their karmic lessons and I tell them, do this, don't do this. Do this, don't do this. But they come back saying your prediction has not come true. And I'm like, because you've not done what I asked you to do. Okay. People think कि astrologer के पास चले गए, psychic ने बोल दिया तो हो जाएगा. No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Tell me something, just because you switched on the GPS location or app, does that mean that you'll reach the location, or you have to drive yourself and you have to make that effort?
You have to make the effort.
Similarly, in any prediction, whether you go to a psychic or a tarot card reader or an astrologer or a coffee mug reader or anyone else who's reading your energies, just because they're predicting something does not mean it is going to come true.
So have your predictions gone wrong?
Predictions have gone wrong, but in terms of timelines.
Okay.
So if I've said 1st July ko hoga, wo September mein hua, par hua hai. So touch wood, predictions have not gone wrong, but the timing has always been a little up and down, because also depends on their choice, their journey, you know.
Okay, so if I had to again live ask you that if you're saying there's somebody emotionally that I am attached to, so then how would you say to get over or pass that phase?
You need to let go of that. That was not a karmic match, and this was also very. It's more like a friend. It's not like a romantic relationship. It's more like the idea of someone, and till the time you don't let go of that, you will not be fully able to receive what's coming your way.